I've been wheeling Surrons for years now, coasting at 12, seat standers, all that stuff. So I figured when I got this DRZ, all those skills would transfer right over. I was completely wrong. If you can wheelie on an emoto, but you've never been on a gas bike, you probably can't wheelie one of these. Now look, I'm not saying emoto wheelies don't count at all, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's just a much easier process to actually learn the skill on those bikes. Now, if you're coming from emotos and you're about to learn wheelies on a gas bike, I think one thing you have a big advantage on is the fear of actually getting your wheel high enough. Let's be real, we all remember that feeling when you first start learning wheelies, whether it's on an emoto or a gas bike. You get the wheel like a foot or two off the ground and you feel like you're about to loop out. So just knowing how high you actually have to take the front wheel to get to balance point is a huge advantage if you're going to go learn wheelies on gas bikes. Now, I'm not the best stunt rider on emotos, but I really do have complete control over those bikes. So for me, the biggest issue learning wheelies on this bike hasn't been how to get the wheel up. It's finessing the foot brake. If you don't know, 90% of emotos, the rear brake's a handbrake. So when I first started learning on this, I found myself actually grabbing a little bit of clutch when I first got to balance point like it was a brake. Not good. I mean, it's good if you know what you're doing, but that's killing a lot of engine brake and not safe if you don't know what you're doing like me. So for me, this learning process has really been all about the foot brake. Now, this is only like day 4 or 5 of me coming to the lot and learning these, so I got nothing impressive to show you. But I thought this could help some people that are either coming from emotos or learning wheelies for the first time on gas bikes. Do not take any of this advice as law. This is just my thought process while I'm going through the learning progression of this. But let's get to practice and I'll show you guys where I'm at and the thoughts I'm thinking about to get better at the moment. Now, first thing about wheeling a bike, gas, electric, doesn't matter. Be sure you have your rear ABS off. On this bike, you just gotta push this button, because if you go too far back and you gotta slam the rear brake, you definitely don't want it pushing back on you. Can't say it enough. Be sure your rear ABS is off. Last thing before I get going, don't be doing power wheelies. Clutch up your bike. It's a much safer method. It's consistent. I mean, I guess really nothing wrong with ripping a power wheelie as long as you know what you're doing, but when you're learning, if you're actually trying to get to balance point, clutch ups, clutch ups, clutch ups. And what that means is you're just giving it a little bit of throttle, you flick your clutch, remain giving it throttle, and the wheel's gonna come up. For this bike, I like to be going about 10, 15 miles per hour, giving some throttle, flick the clutch, and when you're ready to come down, just tap the rear brake. I had a big issue learning how to softly use my foot brake. I think a big thing is shoes. Like, pick the right shoe where you have great rear brake feel, at least at first. That's really what it gets down to me right now for riding out long wheelies and actually coasting is, this bike got a handbrake, I could probably already do it. But I think it's cooler to have both in your bag where you can use foot brake or handbrake, because then you can really wheelie any bike you want. Well, I'll say too, this bike does not have a lot of power. I mean, it's got enough power, but not a lot of it. So like on the Ultra B, you can flick the wheel up to, halfway to balance point and then ride that out, then hit more throttle and come right up. Now, if you have a more powerful bike like a 600, maybe an MT-07, you can definitely probably get away with, starting out low, then flicking it up to balance point. For a slower bike like this, keep in mind, this is not an emoto. You're not having unlimited torque. You really need to get it to balance point as quick as possible. So right there, you can hear the bike is almost redlining out. So I'm like just below balance point or maybe at the lowest point of it. And that's a good sign for yourself. You can kind of listen to the engine, where in emotos you obviously can't do that, is if your bike's redlining out as you're wheeling and you're not high enough. When you're learning a skill like this, I remember this is my Surron, don't focus on distance, focus on height and balance point and foot brake control or handbrake control. Once you get that, you'll be able to wheelie as long as you want, so don't worry about trying to go as far as you can, just worry about how good it is. We're getting close. It's just, first gear is a lot of engine brake, and so I've heard from better riders than me, really in first gear, I probably need to stay off the rear brake until absolutely necessary. I'm getting a little bit trigger happy on that. I'm gonna keep it covered until I feel like that floating feeling. I'm not gonna hit it. So as you guys can see, I'm really struggling with this process. I've been humbled, like riding this bike, trying to learn wheelies, to be honest with you. This is not my first gas bike either. Like, I had a Ninja 500 for a year plus. I guess some advice I will say is if you're getting frustrated with yourself, if you're already a skilled rider, or you can wheelie emotos good, just remember, this is a whole different thing. Between the clutch ups and the foot brake and everything, like, it's not the same. Some of the same concepts apply, but it's a totally different process. And if you've been riding gas bikes for years and you're a really good rider, it's just a different skill. I mean, some of the best stunt riders would probably get dust on the track. So just be patient. It's been frustrating for me, but I'm trying to remind myself that, like, it will come. I'm just not dipping, dude. Hey, it's still frustrating to learn though, man. I just be out here getting mad, honestly, half the time. So be patient, but the feelings of getting angry if you can already do a skill on another bike, it's real. Dude, so bad. Learning this is just such a humbling experience where you're like used to just coasting 12 for a mile and hitting all these tricks and stuff, and then you're out here just trying to hit fucking balance point. It's only day 4 or 5 for me learning this. I know by day 40 or 50 this will be light work, but man, just frustrating. I feel like this is the reality people don't see of learning how to be a good stunt rider. You have to come to the lot every day and just go bad wheelie for months. That's how it was my Surron. Like, I sucked for like 6 months. And then one day you just wake up and you got it all of a sudden, and you know what? You're not half bad. But I think everybody sees the clips on Instagram and TikTok and thinks it's light work. I mean, at some level it is, but it's really not at the same time. But when you're at this stage, man, it's just so frustrating. Okay, that was probably the best one I had all day. Felt it a couple times floating or I didn't need throttle. Used the rear brake to bring it down and didn't slam the bike down. That was actually a trash wheelie that I can accept. Okay, much better, much better. Like, I'm not constantly ripping it because I'm actually dipping my weight back a little bit. Getting better, slowly but surely. That was almost so bad, I just panic grabbed clutch and brake at the same time. That'll get your heart racing. Hey, at least I did both, but it'd be better if I did no clutch. Gotta have some like sketchy moments when you're learning a wheelie because it's just part of the process. So that's when you can kind of give a true test, like, okay, what am I really thinking when I'm not thinking? And right there, I'm not thinking the right thing, so that's a good sign, like, hey man, you're not there yet. Like, you're not that guy. Honestly, don't go too long with this stuff. Like, the more tired you get, the more prone you are to make a mistake. 30 minutes an hour a day, that's probably about perfect, honestly, when you're at this stage. As you guys can see, man, I got so long to go before I'm wheeling this bike good. And again, this is a little bit embarrassing and humbling to put out, but I just wanted to show you guys, and maybe it's not for everybody, maybe it's just me. Just because you can go stunt on an electric bike and you have that on lock, doesn't mean you're going to hop on a gas bike and have the same skills. But using a foot brake, having to clutch up, having to worry about the bike redlining out, those are all things electric bikes do not have to deal with. So hopefully this session gave you some confidence to go practice wheels on your own bike. And even though I'm really frustrated right now, or I may have sounded frustrated in the video, again, don't get down on yourself. Like, it takes time. Important part is just keep coming back, stay consistent. That's just part of the game, man. Like, you're going to have some sketchy moments. You're going to have some falls. Just pick yourself back up. Keep trying. You'll get it. But that's going to do it for this one. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will catch y'all next video.